Hello, good evening. It is the New Curious Crow podcast with me, Chris Borden.
And myself, Martin Willingham.
And on today's show, we have some fantastic stuff on the way. Am I old because I like IKEA? The shit Martin watches before recording. GTA Online new stuff. Are memes as addictive as crack? Overwatch beta footage and abandoned concepts. Addiction and cutting back. Can you help with No Mercy 2018? And in the game section, we've also got the GTA Online, COD War WW2, Tomorrow Never Dies for the film and the audiobook, Fortnite Battle Royale, and there's also a funny news story about how Kellis would definitely be jealous. How are you anyway?
Did you say Kellis just so you could rhyme it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, that's a shocker. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm good. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, mate. I'm quite tired. I started work very, very early this morning, so
yeah,
you know. But I'm feeling pretty upbeat. I'm feeling pretty awake. It's nice.
That's good.
I like it.
What's that like?
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be real. Are you real?
Am I even real? I had it's a bit weird for me. I've just come off doing like 5 in a row, so I'm knackered. And earlier on, I was sat here and I was just staring into space. You're like, "You all right, mate?"
Yeah,
yeah. I'm probably just a little bit broken.
I had to check that you were okay, man. Like, 'cause you were kind of staring off into space, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah,
I thought to myself, "Is he going to go all American Psycho on me and nail me in the back of the head?"
Well, you foiled me now. That's it.
Sorry, I ruined the surprise.
I've forgotten the iPad today as well.
Oh no!
So you're probably going to
do the reading.
Read off the internet.
Oh, well. So basically, the first item on our running order is, am I old because I like IKEA?
Yes.
I personally, it's the way, it's how this got the question mark at the end, but not before, at the am I old bit.
That's because I think I am now.
Am I old because I like IKEA? And it's
in a month's time.
Got to question.
In a month's time, I'll be another year older.
You will be,
which is,
man,
so tragic. And I'll be probably in the rocking chair at that point.
What do you mean gonna be? You already are
in the wing back. No, but what I'm saying is, I went to IKEA today, and you're an adult and you're grown up and stuff when you go to IKEA and you get a little bit excited.
I wish I could testify to this, but I'm currently not a fully grown adult.
You're a sapling.
I am a sapling.
Yeah. So basically, Frankie said to me, what happened was we had a Halloween party a little while ago, and Frankie stood on a little side table thing I've got. You'll know it in my house, the wooden thing.
Is that the Sonic one?
No.
Oh, that's right then, thank God.
No, it's kind of worse, actually. When I first moved around this area, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I bought a piece of furniture from Wilco's or something.
Oh, okay.
It was £7. It wasn't expensive.
Not quite IKEA.
Not quite IKEA, no. So, yeah, I bought that, and I've had it for ages.
Yeah. Oh, I know the one you're on about, yes.
Yeah, I've had it for must have been 6-7 years now. I've had that bit of furniture. And it's a piece of crap. Right, it's rubbish, but it's the first piece of furniture I bought ever on my own, of my own accord.
Aww.
And it was positioned next to the bed because we were having the party, so we moved it out of the way. She stood on it to get a cobweb.
No.
And the top just went. So that's that,
mate.
It's done.
Oh,
it's over. So it was time to go to IKEA.
Oh, of course it was.
Why wouldn't it be? So I trotted along to IKEA. I bought this wonderful new unit.
Oh, yeah.
Matches the other ones, but not quite.
Okay.
And it's got, all this stuff in it. But I was very excited to walk around IKEA. I went there to buy a £25 unit.
Yes.
Ended up spending £60.
Wow, okay.
How does that even happen?
I think it's when you walk in, because this is the mentality, isn't it, for when you have to sell things in a shop. It's, put all the things that people might want to buy in plain view first. And then they'll think, IKEA. I'd like to buy that.
IKEA works a little differently.
Does it?
Have you ever been?
I will be completely honest, I've never been to IKEA.
So the way it works is you go in, and it's all set up like a showroom, right?
Okay.
So they have all the furniture's out, but some of it's in little fake houses, little fake little rooms and stuff like that.
Okay. And then they trap you in them, and it's like a simulation. And they see how much torture they can put you through before, you crack.
Kind of.
So and that becomes your reality. I get it. I'm never going to IKEA.
Maybe. You could have come with this today. You'd have loved it. So yeah, and some of the stuff like the sofas, everything's out so you can see it. It's all fully assembled because the IKEA shtick is that it's all flat pack.
Yeah.
So you get to see what it looks like assembled, measure it.
Yeah.
Touch
standard.
it, whatever you want to do. So I wandered around, saw the bits I wanted to see. Now the bit that gets me always, whenever I want to buy a bit of furniture, I normally look online first and get a good idea, or I go there and I have a look and I go, yeah, this is perfect. That £25 unit, perfect. Should have been over there. And there's the bit downstairs, which is more like a shop. This is the area where you have your plastic sandwich bags, and your kitchen utensils, and your plates, and your cushions, and your what have yous. Okay, so I end up buying, every time I go there, I buy a 25p scrubbing brush.
Okay.
At least 2, because I go through them.
Yeah, I can see that.
You've got to replace them every now and again, otherwise they're just kind of naked. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about. I'm talking about this stuff. Who fucking cares?
Well,
I'm talking about this stuff like an excited adult. That's my point. So, what I'm saying is, when I go through, it's all the little bits you pick up that add on to the price. That's how I ended up spending £60. I bought 2 waste bins.
Well, do you know,
paper bins.
I kind of get it a little bit because this is really, really, really sad.
Yeah.
When I was at work last week, I believe it was last Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had to bring our cleaning order in.
Oh yeah.
And I got really excited when I saw green scourer pads.
It's Christmas.
That's how it felt. I was like, yes, give me the pads. And it's just so that I could then, I was like, yeah, I can get some real grime off with these. And do you know what? We've gone through almost 3 packs since Wednesday.
That's quite a lot of packs.
Yeah, isn't it?
Excuse me. So my point with this is all, and it's all like mundane bullshit. So I'm going in there and I'm getting like, I have a shelf above my desk and it's just been full of shit for years. And then I found these little boxes that I've got on there, and each of them cost like a couple of quid. And before you know it, you've spent the £60, you bought a couple of scented candles. I like a scented candle.
You really do.
I'm in touch with my feminine side. Now, do you know where it comes from? Is I wasn't your typical bachelor. Whilst the decor in my house has always been weird, I'll just explain. I live in a furnished flat.
Garage.
It's a converted garage. Yeah, it's like a double car garage. I don't sleep in the car or anything. But I live in a furnished flat, furnished studio flat. So my bedroom is my living room, is my office, is my dining room. Yeah. But I do have a separate bathroom and toilet. Don't worry, I don't just have a can in the corner I shit in.
He has a hole in the floor outside.
It's a squat, pull and jump. Have you ever tried to use one of them? Squat, pull and jump in France?
No.
No?
Oh, no, I have. Well, I've never had to.
That's a
family member has, but I'm not going to name them.
Terrifying experience.
I'm sure it is.
Especially when your knees lock up. I had that. I was squatting down, my knees locked up, and I pulled the thing, and then my knees locked up. I was like, oh shit. So I was just stuck there with this torrent of horrible stuff coming towards me. My knees soon unlocked.
Of course.
Anyway,
so how does this always happen? We start talking about one thing and then we meander off into something else.
Tangential, my friend.
Tangential.
So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's IKEA. So it's all the little bits that bloody get me.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Scented candles. I do like a scented candle. I do, and I know why. Well, yeah. So I've where was I? Yes, I live in this little sort of studio flat. My decor is weird. Because half of it's like theirs, and let's face it, if you're renting a little flat out to someone, you're gonna give them all the stuff you don't care about.
Yeah.
So I've got a grandmother clock.
You do?
Okay. So imagine this: carpet green, horrendous green. My sofa's red.
It
That's
is.
my
IKEA.
I expect that one. It's got this place. This place has a wall unit made out of mahogany, but otherwise all the other furniture's white. I have a white piano.
You do have a white piano.
I've got bed sheets that don't match, curtains that don't match. Nothing in this place matches except the stuff that I've bought, and that's with a view to if I ever move out, then it will all match.
To be fair, it does kind of look like a house Andy Warhol would live in.
Yeah, it's got a bit cray.
It has. I'm surprised you haven't got the spiral carpet in yet, mate. Honestly,
maybe I should speak to him about that. Maybe we should get a new carpet.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But
anyway,
you know what?
I'm an adult because I like going to IKEA. I like going to Costco as well.
Oh, mate, let's not get. Let's save that for another episode.
I love that place, man.
You can do another instalment of Martin's old because
I like
next week.
I like cheapy, crappy hot dogs as well.
Yeah, you do, and the drinks that come with them.
Yeah, too much sugar. That's another sign you're wrong when you start giving a shit about how much sugar you have.
Oh, I don't care about that for myself, if I'm honest.
Give it time. You will.
Well,
it won't make any difference. You'll still do it. You'll just feel bad about it.
No, okay.
That's the difference.
Okay, fair. There's nothing else I can really say on that. But
moving
on from the shit that Martin says to the shit that Martin watches.
The shit that does,
basically, for those people who do listen,
I just got to pause. I saw this on the running order. I was like, what? Are you having a dig, mate? No, I just want to talk about it. Okay, fine. So I'm intrigued to see what you're going to say about this one.
Well, it's nothing bad. It's just the fact that I want to give the listeners a little insight into the production of the podcast.
It's professional.
Oh, it's so professional, especially when Martin sits here and goes, "Oh, we haven't done a running order," and then we piece it together 5 minutes beforehand.
Mind you, I have been praised on the quality of the recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone got to me and went, "That sounds good," and I was like, "Good. I should bloody hope so."
Well, do you know what? That's a note for next week. But basically,
we can sound like crap.
Exactly. Help us.
Do it over Skype.
Oh God, can you imagine?
That's a possibility we've toyed with.
We did.
We might have to do it one day
at some point. I
don't want
to.
But yeah,
basically, before almost every episode of the Curious Crow podcast, we will sit here, we'll set up our laptops, our microphones, everything else.
Yeah,
we'll get ourselves ready. Martin will set out the running order. He'll send it to me. I'll start adding my stuff. I'll look at my sources, etc. And then from nowhere, all I get is a torrent of shit, and it genuinely comes out in the form of Smash Mouth half the time. And there's earlier on he played me what was essentially a choir version. It's somebody once told me in several different harmonies.
It's in the style of the back chorale.
Indeed, it is.
It's wonderful. He's notated it. The guy who's done this has made the sheet music available to anyone who wants to give it a go.
That's pretty funny. But then other things like before, at one point, I'm fairly certain there was a lot of We Are Number One being played.
There used to be, yeah.
There used to be an awful lot. What other things have you played? The Call Me Ray Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
No, it's actually I Really Like You.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so
God, it is.
I really,
and it just keeps going. Now keep going for me, Martin, because if you can imagine trying to have keep going, trying to have a conversation with someone, and this is all you hear in the background. Can you imagine how irritating it must be? But do you know what? It's not irritating because it's coming from him, and it just makes me giggle every single time. And I'm sat there going, Martin, can you turn it down just a little bit, please, mate? And he's like, oh yeah, okay. Turns it down. Next moment is slightly higher. And he's like, oh mate, he's like, mate, listen to this. And I listened, and half the time I go, oh God.
I particularly love the work of Bill Wirtz.
Yeah, do you know what? You honestly, for the last 4 weeks, last month, you've played, every time you come around, you played something of his every single time. Especially
his stuff.
The one that always comes up is I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yes.
And you love that one.
That's one of my favourite ones, yeah.
And it really makes me giggle because I'm sat there because I look up.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I check in. I look up from my laptop at what I'm doing. I look at your face and it's just this grin. You have this grin on every single time.
I don't know why it makes me so happy.
Well, see, so now that people know exactly what I'm having to deal with here, is a case of mine comes around to mine. We record the podcast, but he watches a torrent of shit beforehand. And to be fair, it kind of brightens my day a little bit.
No, do you know what it is, right? Because I'll explain how it works. Chris has missed out an important detail. I come in, set up the laptop, get everything working. And then, whilst that's happening, Chris is setting up his laptop, getting everything working. Chris then does the social media stuff. So he gets stuff ready for Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. In that time, I do the running order. So there's a period of time where Chris is then adding his stuff to the running order, and I'm done. That's when I listen to weird shit on the internet. So I'm not delaying the podcast.
No, he's not in the slightest.
I'm just being a dick whilst he's trying to get ready.
Yeah, and oh god, honestly, if you want to experience this, you can even buy your own Martin Willingham soundboard from the App Store.
That was actually it was internal. It never got released, but for a radio station I did some work for.
Did you actually?
That became a thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So they actually, the guy who edited it was very clever. He managed to make me say words like penis. So it'd take like P if I ever said the word P for any reason. And then it'd just go. There was actually the way he made it was I was talking about peas in a pod.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, they're like peas in a pod" on one day, and then 2 weeks later I said the Loch Ness monster. So he put it together and maybe go penis.
That is hilarious.
Amazing editing, but it was internal, never got released, and it was built on some free software on an iPad. So he was like making a Wilbo soundboard.
Do you know what? One of the things I really wish was actually out there is we've spoken about this YouTube channel on here before, but Funhouse. I really wish they had a soundboard. They had an unofficial one that someone had made.
I'm sure it exists. Yeah.
Because some of the things they come out with is hilarious. I'd love to be able to use them in everyday life because I think some of them are quite applicable.
Yes.
But yeah, they make me giggle.
Soundboards in general are funny.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And this is a story, and there's gonna... well, I might not actually do it, but I'll tell you. So, when I was working at a college,
yes,
I came into a lesson one day, and me and my colleague were sat there, and the student comes in and goes, "This is how I feel about today." And I'll replace the C word, which is what it was, with front, just so you can hear this is how I feel about today. Front. And that's how it was said as well. It was like, and I'm not going to lie, this student was a little dick, but the student wasn't very nice. We didn't like him, but you can't be angry with someone who does stuff that's that funny, man. I was cracking up.
Do you know what? I wish I had the balls to do something like that when I was in education.
This is how I feel about today.
Hunt. It does make me giggle.
No editing for me today.
No, I won't subject you to that. But moving on to slightly greener pastures.
It's way more difficult than you expect.
Oh god, yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is.
It was a joke for a while, but I can't be asked anymore.
No, definitely not. But we are going to move now on to some greener pastures with the GTA Online update.
Actually, do you want to come back to that because we're talking about memes?
Yeah, we'll talk about memes.
Let's carry on that.
That's fine because I mean we can tie it. We can tie in the GTA a bit later because it's listed twice.
There's a guy I work with who doesn't say meme, he says mem.
And
I just want to scream in his face, "You're wrong."
Well, it's better than the people that go memes.
Memes.
Or mimi.
Who says that?
There are people out there who are unable to pronounce the word memes properly, apparently.
Meme.
And for anyone who is a fan of the memes, would probably get very irritated by it.
Them memes.
But yeah, what we've got in our running order, speaking of said running order, right now is listed as "Are memes as addictive as crack?"
Probably.
And I thought, do you know what? I don't actually... That is just something I put in because I think... I go on Facebook now and all I see
watching
is
shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I went on it. Obviously, you go on Facebook and there's memes everywhere. If you don't know what a meme is, it's usually a funny picture or an internet sensation that's pretty much
like a running theme,
a running joke, basically. Like, I mean, Philip Schofield at one point was a meme all unto himself, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
The guy sprinkling salt.
We are number one.
Yeah, we are number
one. That was
one.
a big meme for a while. Smash Mouth All Star continues to be that.
Exactly, because it's not just photos, it's videos and music as well, which is quite funny.
The Crash Bandicoot thing as well.
Oh god, yeah, exactly. And there are so many. I think we'd probably be here for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I thought, do you know what? I'll type it into Google and see what she has for me. And I've actually found a article written by a first year college student.
Okay.
Because I thought, do you know what? Why not?
Would you like to cite the article as if
I
this
would.
were... Could you give it to me in the Harvard referencing system, please?
No, because I failed university because I don't know how to Harvard reference because I'm thick.
There's guides online.
Anyway, let's. It'll be the link will be included in the rest of the information.
Yes. I might Harvard reference it in the description. Just
please do,
knobhead.
please. And the article states as thusly: as a first-year college student, I am part of the millions of my generation who are addicted to meme culture. I follow more than 30 Instagram meme accounts, a combination of funny pictures mixed with relevant commentary. My generation turns to memes, our version of joke searches, so that we can connect and relate. Mr. Stevens Davidsvich, I think is as it pronounced, I probably butchered it, tries to make sense of joke searches by cross-referencing happiness and the day of the week. What he is missing is that people are not searching for dad jokes to be happier. They are searching for such jokes because they want to relate to people that they share them with. Relating might make them happier, but it's about relating, and happiness is just a positive side effect. And that's literally all it reads. I was actually kind of disappointed, but he has a point, because we do. I don't know about you, but I find that I'll see something on Facebook or Twitter and I go, that's really funny, but I relate to it.
Yeah.
And the thing is now it has become a running thing to go, do you know what? I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that.
It's
share
weird
that.
because, not to get too academic on this,
No.
but I will employ a little bit of 5 years ago media degree, probably A-level quality stuff to this. It's about sharing, because let's put it this way. Let's look at We Are Number One, okay, as a meme. Have you ever watched Lazy Town?
No.
Have I ever watched Lazy Town?
Probably.
Yeah, probably by proxy, by just sort of like being in a room where someone's watching it. I knew of its existence. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Didn't care about it. We Are Number One is weird because it became a thing, and then groups of people, including us on the internet, took ownership of it.
Yeah, we
it
did.
became our thing, and that's the difference between. And it's true. And meme theory, I guess, could also be applied to. Let's say it's 10 years ago. Chris, I really like Green Day. Do you like Green Day?
I love Green Day.
Let's be friends.
Okay,
so it's that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's very much.
And you discuss Green Day, and you discuss but memes are different because it becomes an in-joke with someone you don't know.
Yeah, very much so. And it's funny because a lot, again, as it said in the article, as you've just said as well, it does give you the sense of connectivity, I guess.
Yes.
Is the best way to put it. But what makes me laugh is the fact that obviously, because half the time they are very, very funny.
Pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, some of them are very brutal. But this is the thing. Obviously, the question of, are memes addictive? I think yes, because lots of people, they will go out of their way to find a specific meme to share with someone they know, or just to share, and then other people go,
the meme creator is a thing.
Oh yeah, very much so. But I mean, here's one that I had on my Facebook wall purely because I found it funny and because I've done it to multiple people. It's from Tumblr, and it says, I scare people lots because I walk very softly and they don't hear me enter rooms. So when they turn around, I'm just kind of there, and their fear fuels me. I've done it. And afterwards, I'm like, yes, I feel good. I feel your fear is sustaining me, and it just made me giggle. But there are so many out there, and you can't help but love it just that little bit.
I think here's the line. There is a toxic side to all this because it's on the internet.
Of course,
if it's on the internet, someone's going to argue with you about it.
Of course.
I mean, obviously, we like to keep things amicable. If you're putting a comment down below our video, you want to give criticism, that's fine. Be constructive, be nice, be pleasant. Don't sit in your anonymous box.
Yeah.
I think comments on the web. I came to an epiphany whilst I was on the toilet earlier.
Oh, yeah.
as often you do.
As often is the case for you.
It wasn't your traditional load of old shit though. This is different.
So I've had some thoughts. Eureka. So that's what it's like.
I've got a good story about that, and I'll tell you about.
Oh God, tell me about it later.
So no, it's good. It's worth keeping in. So maybe I'll edit it out later. Who knows? So, web comments,
yes,
are a bit like how people drive, because they're anonymous. they just do what they want. It's the same when people are in a metal box in a car, they feel safe. And they do stupid things.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that.
Same. Speaking of being on the toilet and getting a eureka moment, I was at a place called Bletchley Park, which is near Milton Keynes.
Okay.
This is where people cracked the Enigma code.
Oh, okay.
It's also where Alan Turing pretty much invented the first computer.
Oh.
Right? Historical place. I don't normally condone graffiti.
No.
But I went to the lavatory. On the wall of the stall cubicle was, I bet a few of the codes were cracked in here.
I like that.
I don't normally condone graffiti, but it's funny. You gotta go, that's pretty funny though.
Do you know what? I think this is the thing with meme culture and things like that and all the rest of it. Do you know what? It does give you a real insight into just how witty and clever some people can be, and I love that.
It's subversive as well,
isn't it?
It's like a subculture.
Yeah. And do you know what? There's just something about it that I quite like.
It probably is addictive. I would say there's probably addictive qualities in it. Anything you like doing, you're going to crave more of it. It's like if you drink Diet Coke a lot. Yeah. Your brain associates that with pleasure because you enjoy it, so you want more and you want more and you want more, and it's an addiction. I know people who are addicted to. There are some things that, like, say smoking. Yes. You can be addicted to smoking because there's a chemical thing going on there. Yes, there's nicotine involved, but when that's not present, when there's not a chemical in there, say alcohol inherently isn't addictive, but you associate the good feeling with that, so you want more. You create your own addiction. Yeah, very much so. Speaking of addiction, I know we're skipping a load of things in the running order, but we're sort of we've got some momentum with this subject, haven't we? We'll come back to all my rubbish later. Let's carry on with this. Well, this is the thing, because I put down addiction and cutting back because. For those who do know me, I do partaketh of the nicotine, and this happened about 4 years ago. When I was at university, due to a rather stressful director, and my inability at the time to be a level-headed, calm human being. Yes. And it has been going ever since then. I have tried multiple times to stop. It's going slightly better now. I think maybe that's because I've got the consistency of a job and my family around me. Yeah. It's getting slightly easier. But this is the thing, like, because my hat goes off to people who, just stop things like that outright. Yeah. I think that's very impressive. It takes a hell of a lot of willpower. Something I, unfortunately, don't possess. I don't possess the willpower to just quit things like smoking outright. Well, interesting story. My granddad, from my dad's side, he used to smoke. Right. And one day, I think this is how the story goes anyway. It's been a while since I've talked to him about it. But he once told me, one day, he went and sat down in the living room, pulled out a cigarette out of the packet, put it to his mouth, and was about to light it, and then he just stopped, just for a moment. Yeah. Took it out of his mouth, looked at it, threw it in the bin, picked up the packet, threw it in the bin, and stopped. That was it. Wow. And he didn't smoke again. Wow. Which is incredible willpower. That's insane. Isn't it? And I thought, and do you know what, from then I was like, if I ever get addicted to cigarettes, I hope I'm like that. And yeah, do you know what, I still wish I was. But I'm currently not. But the funny thing is that currently, with the support system that I currently have going for me, I'm finding it much, much, much easier to cut back on the things that are, aren't the best for me. I mean, anyone who knows me knows actually I've got quite an addictive personality, and I can't help that. That's just who I am as a person. Is that why you're addicted to the memes? That's why I'm addicted to the memes. Oh, mother, hello. Hello. Oh, she scared me. Brought a cold wind through with her. I loved it. But yeah, no. That's coincidental. That is completely coincidental. But yeah, no. I love me some memes. Obviously, there's the smoking. One thing I realised today that's a joke. He doesn't do that. We don't do that. No, don't do drugs, kids. Serious. But one thing that I have realised recently, more so than I did before, is that actually I have a really bad addiction to caffeine. Right, coffee, any caffeinated drink. Like if I feel like I'm suffering at work or during the day because I haven't had much sleep or I'm just feeling tired, my brain will instantly go, right, okay, I need get some caffeine. Yeah.
I've now got to the point where I have slowed down on the coffee.
Yeah.
Because that's my main poison. And I have slowed down on it because before, while I was at uni, at one point I had, I think it was 8 to 9 cups of coffee in one night.
Wow, that's a lot of coffee.
And that was over, I think, a 12-hour period.
Wow, okay.
It's still a lot.
Too
hell of
much
a lot.
caffeine.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I have this thing, right, where luckily I don't like coffee.
Yeah, very much so. You're very lucky.
Well, I said lucky. I understand people enjoy it.
Lucky.
In the same way, I enjoy a drink.
Yeah, indeed.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
No, you
I'm
don't.
perfectly fine. I barely drink at all these days.
It's true.
I may as well not bother sometimes. Like a lot of the time these days, I'll just go, you know what? Nah, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
I'm driving. Let's not, I know you could probably get away with having one or a half or something, but most of the time I'm just like, let's not bother.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But caffeine's a weird one, man, because I see caffeine the same way I see like painkillers.
Really?
It's weird. I've come to this realization that I don't like painkillers.
Okay.
And I want to go to a lot of lengths to keep them out of my body. I don't know why. I think it's probably just something to do with the fact that it's not something that's supposed to be there.
Yeah, I guess so.
It mustn't be good for you. So I will go to a lot of lengths to avoid painkillers. These days, if I have a headache, I just drink a lot of water and hope it goes away.
Do you know what?
It doesn't always work. I will do it in like bad cases.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? You and me both. I've had this problem all day where I'm tripping over all my words. Right. I'll be trying to talk to someone and I'll just go, and they'll just look at me and go, what have you taken? And it's like nothing. I've not had anything. Literally all I've had today is water. And I generally sometimes detest myself as a person because I can't get my words out.
Do you ever wish you'd had a drink so you can justify it?
Yeah, sometimes I do, man.
I've never had that problem getting words out properly.
I have, but I think that's because I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that when I was younger, I think people would genuinely just I'll be talking or I'd say something and people just cut me off like that, and so obviously that I kind of went, oh, okay, and it's stuck with me ever since. Strangely, it doesn't happen so much on stage. Whenever I'm up on stage, if I'm playing a character, it doesn't affect me so much.
Is that like a switch thing, like where your brain goes, I'm not me?
Yeah, I think it must be. Although it had one instance of it happening. I played Cinderella's prince in Into the Woods.
Nice.
And it was all going great. And we got to the song Agony, which was sung by Chris Pine and Liam Hemsworth, I think, in the film.
Right, yeah.
And it's it's a great song. It's like, agony, far more painful than yours, and it's a bit of banter between two brothers who are both princes, talking about these women that they found and they want to, marry. And
they want to bang,
marry. But yeah, and I think it was the second night of the show that we were doing Into the Woods, and I was up on stage. And we were singing away, me and my friend Carl, who was playing my brother. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I forgot the words to the next bit of the song.
I've done that.
And genuinely, because obviously the lines are something along the line, the words are something along the lines of, am I not sensitive, charming, well-mannered, considerate, passionate, caring, as kind as I'm handsome and heir to a throne? And I got it wrong. I got it so wrong. I went, am I not charming and sensitive and caring and charming and I am a king? And I ended up screaming it at my friend on stage because I forgot the words. The audience, may have noticed. I don't know. But then the rest of the cast,
the song they might have done.
Yeah, maybe. But then the cast were all at the back of the stage, wetting themselves. I walk off stage, and the cast just pointing at me, going,
You just go, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And I curled up in a ball on the side of stage and just went, this is my life now. And that was it.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I was on stage with my band and we were singing Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Classic song. How could you forget the words?
Oh, yes.
I just went blank. like, not even blank a little bit. Not even like, oh, I was a couple of words out. Like, I completely forgot the tune.
Yeah, mate.
The lyrics. And then it went worse because I was like, oh, shit, I've really balls this up. So we sort of bailed out of it. And then I turned around and said, oh, can we do Jailhouse Rock? So I went to introduce Jailhouse Rock. And then my bassist goes, I don't know it. It's like, you do know it.
Oh, no.
We rehearsed this yesterday. I don't know it. You what? And then that's it. We did like one song.
Oh, wow. That's
awful. Trashed it, mate. Absolutely trashed it.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing. It's, I think it comes... It just happens, and especially if you're performing.
I was lucky with the wedding singing stuff because I had all the lyrics on sheets.
Yeah.
So if I ever forgot them, that's it. I just read it off the sheet. And I never got the tunes because I was doing it week in, week out. So you just never forget those things. Yeah. But... Well, man, I had it happen with we did a 3-night run of Guys and Dolls.
Oh yeah,
and I just didn't give a shit.
Oh dear.
The director was a knobhead, and I didn't care, and I didn't learn the words properly. I had to get lines a couple of times. I had to get prompt.
Fair enough. Well, you don't like Guys and Dolls as a musical anyway.
I do. Actually in the
it's not in the. It's not in the show. So anytime you ever say, "Oh yeah, I was in Guys and Dolls," and they go, "Oh, Guys and Dolls,"
that's
like,
not,
no,
in the, that's not in the show. That's
it's
from something else. I was trying to remember what it was then. I played Nathan.
I played Nicely, and I had many baguettes. He wasn't even French.
He just had many baguettes.
But let's move on.
Probably wise.
Probably. Let's move back, but we'll go backwards.
Back again. Guess who's back?
No, stop it.
Tell a friend.
Enough.
Chris is back. Chris is back. Chris is back. Chris is back.
GTA Online weekly updates. Right.
Yes,
I need to get through this because
is from IGN.
Yeah, it is from IGN.
Go on, mate, smash for it.
Okay, November 7th.
Don't let me stop you.
Oh, I'm going to hurt you. You are in my house. I will hurt you.
Go on then.
Thank you.
I promise. I won't speak through this.
Okay. November 7th.
Seriously, I'm not going to talk.
November 7th through to the 13th, 2017. The P45 Nakota and Dogfight mode. Two things that are currently being added, I believe. New aircraft, which is a Nakota, based on the classic WW2 era fighters. Is going to be added to the game, and it will be a... okay. The buying price in the game is $2,653,350, and the trade-in price is pretty much half that of $1,995,000. And that kind of sucks to me because it's like, oh, okay, well, if I buy one and I don't like it, tough, really.
Yeah, a little bit.
Then it's got the teams of up to 5 with the dogfight, which I'm assuming is going to incorporate the new planes, which is pretty cool. Teams of up to 5 players face off in 1v1 dogfights, and the team with the most victories will win. You get ×2 RP, which is amazing, and the GTA dollars in dogfight, and 25% discounts on executive office renovations, executive garage renovations, executive auto shop renovations, body armor, ammo, Pegassi Torio, which is a sports classic, weaponized Dune FAV, bulletproof tires, liveries, vehicle armor, and there's a load of other stuff from previous updates which you can find on the IGN website.
Yes.
Mate, that was well loud. That came straight through my headphones.
Sorry.
Jesus. That hurt.
Sorry, dude.
It's fine. Do you know what? I think I'm just losing the plot because I'm tired.
Yeah, man. Falling to bits. That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, I've hit that point. I'll be 24 in just under 3 months.
Wow,
which is
spare a thought for me.
I would, but that would give the insinuation I care.
Sick
I'm
burn.
joking. Thank you. But let's move on to some more gaming news as well.
Go on.
From the fantastic people, Blizzard.
Oversplotch.
Yeah.
Undercrotch.
What was it I said to you?
I can't remember.
Side glance.
No,
I've
got to find
something
this.
like
Hang
that.
on.
I'll carry on. I'll read the article in that case.
You do that.
BlizzCon 2017. Overwatch concept art and early gameplay images. Now, these things were released recently, and it's in the article as follows. Oh, you found it.
Under ignore.
Under
and
ignore.
I just said
There
to
we
you
go.
back, it's about a minute later. You mean Overwatch, don't you? I'm pretty slow tonight. You know, side glance. The video game with Piva, PVA, and Keeper and Mesa. I do indeed mean.
I thought I was being clever.
That is pretty good.
Apparently, not so much.
I was laughing. Because you shouldn't do it. I was having a wee. And I was reading your text because it was on the side.
Yeah.
And as it came in, I nearly pissed all over the seat. So thanks for that, mate.
My pleasure. I always aim to get you to piss on the seat.
Frankie wasn't happy.
I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure she wasn't. But the article for Overwatch and the original concepts and stuff, and the beta stuff, was released at BlizzCon. So the article reads as follows. Today at BlizzCon this article was very strangely written. Today, at BlizzCon 2017, the Overwatch team shared a bunch of concept art and gameplay images, as well as a few details about the origins of its massively popular hero shooter. As Blizzard has discussed in the past, Overwatch was born after the cancellation of its MMO Project Titan. Interestingly enough, before coming up with the idea for Overwatch, the studio had an idea for a StarCraft game, and you get to have a look through, if you go onto the IGN website, you get to have a look through a load of special concept art that was originally there, and then it carries on to say, check out the slideshow above for a look at some concept art for earlier character and ability ideas, in-game development gameplay footage as the Overwatch team fleshed out the game's overall design and much more. Most notably, Blizzard showed off the often rumoured Jetpack Cat character, which has been discussed by the team for a while but had not previously been shown, and is quite a cute image. I like it. But the thing is obviously, like, you, for anyone who does play Overwatch, all the characters we know, they're pretty much all featured, and I love it because the one we discussed earlier, which really made us giggle, is
Angry Mercy.
Was Mercy, the original concept for her, because she looked so angry. In the first image they released, she just looked angry, and it tickled me. But the funny thing is, looking at these pictures, is out of all of them, there is only one who has kept their original character name.
Yeah?
Reaper.
Yeah.
So, for Tracer, her original name was going to be Jumper.
Wow.
For a mix between what I'm going to assume is Reinhardt and Zarya. Is it Zarya, the one with the huge, the Russian powerlifter?
Yes, yeah.
Juggernaut.
Okay.
It's a mix of the two. For Farah, who is the jetpack character, you had Phoenix. For Symmetra, who is a support character,
yeah,
kind of, I suppose.
Defense.
Had Architect. For Genji, who is Notorious.
Genji main.
I need healing. He was just called Assassin.
Right.
Mercy, Guardian.
Makes sense, I see it.
Hanzo was originally just called Longshot.
That would have made the No Mercy pun very difficult.
Wouldn't it? Very much so, which we'll get onto in a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Then for an unknown one, or who I might assume could be McCree, or maybe even Soldier 76. Just got Spec Ops. And that was it.
That's Soldier.
And for Torbjorn, they had Mechanic, and that was it.
Yeah.
But, and again, there's another one that of loads and loads and loads of different character ideas and character designs. And yet again, the only one who really has kept their who has kept their original name is Reaper, and that's it. Wow. Which I find very, very interesting. They've got another one for Junkrat, which was it was just Freak spelled PH. Genji was originally going to be called Hanzo, which is quite interesting.
'Cause
Symmetra,
they were originally one character.
yeah, they were.
Genji and Hanzo were
They were.
originally the same guy.
But then you've got Symmetra, who obviously they changed her name.
Yeah.
They gave her something else, and they've just got loads of really cool images, and it's well worth going to the IGN website just to check them out because they are really cool.
There's a video on the Tintnet as well of them showing development footage.
Yeah,
Really interesting.
very
Really
much so.
interesting.
And it's interesting to see how far it's actually come.
And how also Blizzard and the Overwatch team, obviously, they would never have shown this stuff if the game had fallen on its arse.
Oh God, no!
It's so nice that there's a bit of fan service that Jeff Kaplan, who's the head of the team, felt the need to... Well, not felt the need, but like actually gave us a glimpse at this stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is not stuff they have to share with us. Just a little bit of fan service, and I really like that.
It's nice.
That they went
I love
the
it.
effort to give us a bit of fan service and show us how one of our favourite games in the last couple of years is made.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Really cool. Really cool to see how it developed and came into being.
I just found Angry Mercy.
Mate.
I might post that on our Instagram page, actually.
Angry Mercy.
Because that's really made me giggle. But yeah, so that's obviously the Overwatch bit segment done for this week, because we seem to have one every week.
Yeah, of course we do.
But we're going to move on now, actually, to a discussion that we had Sunday evening.
An unfinished discussion.
Simply because we weren't all there ready to make decisions and stuff like fairly.
Yeah.
But we mentioned it in last week's podcast.
I just want to say at this point, just to clarify, we're in the very early stages
It is
of this.
the earliest of all stages.
Like we are not even sure on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and where we're going to do it yet. But we know it's going to happen, and we're
hashing it out,
knocking round ideas.
Oh yes,
I think we're getting there with a plan, but it needs confirmation from
definitely
another member of our team. Like someone else is going to do it with us this year.
Exactly.
So,
but last week we did talk fairly extensively, actually, and in previous podcasts about this Easter just gone. And our 24-hour gameplay charity event, No Mercy. Now we're going to be doing it again.
Yep.
Which is really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. However, the only thing is, and I think you're going to have to take more of a lead on this because I don't know what you want to say.
Yeah.
But thing is obviously it's all very well us, the three of us in our team, sat there playing the game for 24 hours. Fine.
Yeah.
However, we, as well as social media and other aspects of the day, of the 24 hours, are going to need some support, and we're going to need help with production and stuff. So
one of the things we discovered last year is that you can't do everything and be super effective. We were doing pretty much everything. You were doing the social media side whilst it was live, which was a nightmare because ideally we'd be posting every half hour, which you just couldn't do, especially at 3 a.m. Like, you know, that's the last thing you want to do. What we need, basically, we would like people who like video games, who want to do a good thing for charity,
definitely, because that's what it's all about,
who would like to get involved with helping us. If you are in the Berkshire, Hampshire, Surrey area, and you would be able to travel to us, and you would like to help us, or if you're, you can be further afield for stuff like if you're an artist, if you're a graphic artist or an animator, please get in contact with us and you'd like to help us
100%.
out. If you are a whiz with OBS and streaming, please help us. Get in contact with us. We'd love for you guys to help us. If you are a massive fan of Overwatch, or you're into the esports scene for that, or you have a venue, if you are a part of a business that would lend us a space and a decent internet connection, and your venue would like the publicity, please get in contact with us. If you'd like to sponsor us, your company would like to sponsor us, or you personally would like to sponsor us and you'd like to get ahead of the game, basically what I'm saying is, if you have anything for us, leave a comment or send us a message on YouTube. You can send us a direct message on Twitter. Are we on Twitter?
Not currently, but
we're on Facebook. Now, this we want to stress, this is separate from Curious Crow.
Indeed it is.
whilst naturally it's going to have Curious Crow people working on
affiliated.
And Curious Crow will be supporting it, so you'll see a lot of No Mercy content. It is separate.
Yes, it is very separate. But basically, currently what we're saying, obviously, as Martin has said, we want people to get involved. We want as many people involved as we can muster at this current point, because it would be really cool.
It's all going to be for charity as well. Now,
exactly.
The charity, we haven't decided on it yet, but we have a fairly good idea.
Yeah.
It just depends on getting the third party to talk about it. There is, potentially a way of splitting the pot, which I need to talk to you about. But we're probably going to do it for one charity at this point.
Well, this is the thing, because all of this, we can give you all these details and everything at a later date when it's all cemented and we're all ready to start it properly. But what we're kind of asking for, in a way, is a support team to help us, because obviously we're doing this for a charity, but it's difficult when it's just us. And we'd love for other people to benefit from this, because you will. Because doing something for a charity, we found this like in our first installment of No Mercy, was such a wonderful feeling, and it felt 100% worth it at the end of the 24 hours when we looked at our total.
Yeah,
which was
1,100-ish.
Yeah, and it was lovely, and because for a while obviously we were sat there.
It's still technically open.
It is technically.
I must sort it out before we do the next one.
Yeah, you really need to.
You can still donate if you want. No Mercy24.co.uk if you want to.
Yeah,
why not?
That'd be lovely.
That's for Macmillan.
But yeah, so basically, all we're saying is, if you want to help us, please do. If you want to support us as people, as well as supporting the charity, please let us know.
Yeah,
because obviously, I think it goes without saying, it's not like we're going and climbing a mountain for charity or anything, and it's not we're doing a race. It is an endurance thing. But the thing is, obviously, I think it's fair to talk about the event that happened just before we were going to do ours, with with another player who unfortunately wasn't as fortunate as we are.
Yeah, I don't have the facts on hand.
No,
but not long before we did it, a guy was doing a 24-hour charity stream. He went outside to have a smoke
or something like that. Yeah,
and he never came back.
Someone on the stream actually said, "Does anyone know him? If you do, can you go and make sure he's okay, because he's not been here for hours."
Yeah.
And obviously, someone went round and they found him.
Yeah.
So the thing is the support for us as people is mainly about making sure that while we're doing everything we can to raise the money, that we're also looking after ourselves, because there may be three of us, but at the same time we just need people, because people make the machine turn.
And it's not only that sort of thing, it's also stuff like, this is going to sound ridiculous, we need to have food, we need to be looked after a little bit. But here's the thing, we will make it very clear, and we did last year as well, that this wasn't just me and Chris and I, it's a team.
Yeah. And
the team raised £1,100 last year. It wasn't just Chris and I.
No,
there was a team of people. Admittedly, we'd like a bigger team, or we'd like people to, work hard for us. And everything that you do, we will not,
it won't be forgotten.
Yeah, we won't leave you out. And also, as well, you'll be appearing on the stream with us. You can chat to us.
Exactly.
And also, if you get on well with us and things go well, maybe there could be something in the future we could do as well. Like, I'm open to, raising as much money as possible. If anyone has any ideas, by the way, for us, please let us know as well. Just send us ideas, support, anything you want to give us. Because as I said, it's all for charity. We don't get a single penny out of it. In fact, last year it cost me money.
Yep.
And it will cost us money again this year.
Oh yes, it will.
It will cost us money. And you know what? That's fine.
But in regards to obviously the support thing, and when Martin has said, we kind of need feeding. Just so you know, my mum's offered to cook something for us and bring it to us.
She's a good egg, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she
last,
is. And
last year we had Domino's.
Yeah, we did. But my mum was like, "Oh, I'll make something special," and I'm fairly certain that Beth said she would make us some cakes. My little sister, 'cause she's learning to cook and stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
Top of her class. Very happy to say.
Hey, that's good.
Which is phenomenal.
Turkey made us bacon sandwiches last year.
Yeah, he did, because he was a top man, and they were so good.
Do you know what? As well, if you're a night owl,
Yeah,
we could do with your help, because we
100%.
we were in a room with Mr. Wilson snoring.
Yeah.
Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing worse than being knackered and just hearing in the background.
It's true.
I wanted to kick his ass out, but obviously he'd been helping us, and we wouldn't do that to him.
100%. But yeah,
this year I think what would be wise is if we got people involved and said, book yourself in a hotel room, go get some sleep, take it in shifts. Seriously, make sure everyone gets sleep.
Yeah.
Apart from us. We crack on, everyone else gets a bit of sleep.
100%.
We also, if you come and help us, we'll look after you.
Yeah.
Everyone
100%.
will look after you as well. It'll be a case of, yes, we'll be needing to be looked after, but there are going to be other people like-minded who like fun, who you can chat to, and, hopefully you'll have a bit of a laugh. So
Definitely.
let us know if you want to do that. Now, we are running perilously short on time.
Yes, we are. So we're going to have to rush through it.
Let's breeze through this last bit.
Definitely, because do you know what? We'll tell you more about No Mercy when we've made more of a plan
You
for
probably
it.
won't hear about it next week.
No.
Or we might mention it.
You never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the games, music, and movies that we have the two of us have viewed and what have you. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I played a little bit of GT Sport.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I did also, for some reason, I have Audible, the subscription on Audible. It had a token up this month, so
Cool.
I bought with the token a book about video game development. I can't remember its name. Haven't listened to it yet.
Okay.
But for some reason, I also saw it was based on my Amazon purchase history. Tomorrow Never Dies, which
very nice.
good or
okay.
bad, and it isn't a great Bond film. It's my favourite. I don't know why. It just always has been. And I listened to the audiobook, which really made me want to watch the film. So I watched the film last night. And then I was reading, it had a lot of production trouble.
Really?
If we had more time, I'd elaborate on it. But that is literally all I've done. I've been working very hard.
Yeah, very much so.
Hopefully I'll have
Did you
more to
have
talk
been?
to you about next week.
Yeah, man.
I'm playing Wolfenstein on Friday, so I'll let you know about that next week.
Phenomenal. Well, see, for me, I haven't actually managed to play anything this week, simply because I've been too busy. Actually, no, that's a lie. Over the weekend, I played Warframe, which is a free to play game on PS4 and on Steam.
That's been there since the beginning.
Oh yeah, do you know what? I like it. I really enjoy it, but that's because that's my kind of game.
It's changed quite a bit.
Oh god, yeah. But things that I have noticed and things that are being talked about game-wise this week, obviously Call of Duty WW2 is out, I believe.
Don't know how to feel about that.
Do you know what? There's an article in the running order, but we don't really have time for that. But I gave it a quick glance over, and basically they're saying it's more of the same, but in a different era. But it's good. It's more refined.
Back to the olden days,
which is good, which is nice. I like that. But the other one that's really caught my attention, actually, which I started witnessing just before you arrived, is Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, anyone who has Fortnite as a general rule was fantastic. I don't own it, but I've seen multiple gameplays and I really, really want to buy it. But they've got Fortnite Battle Royale, which apparently is free on PlayStation 4 and on Steam.
PS Plus.
Yeah, pretty much. And it looks really cool, and it looks like it's becoming a competitor a little bit for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Whether it's at the same level, I don't know. But I haven't played it, but it's free. So if you can't play PUBG, go give Fortnite.
So was Rocket League, and I tell you, that's pretty bloody good as well.
I love Rocket League so much.
Would you like to do your story right at the end very quickly?
Yeah, I'll do my story right at the end. A factory worker trapped under 11 tons of milkshake bottles for 4 hours.
Wow.
A warehouse worker was lucky to escape after spending 4 hours trapped beneath an 11-ton pile of milkshake bottles. A 54-year-old victim had been driving a forklift truck when a storage rack full of refrigerated goods collapsed and completely buried him. Fire crews battled for hours to rescue the unidentified man from under the mountain of milkshake, milk, and energy drinks on Thursday afternoon.
Wow.
Pictures released by West Midland Fire Service Technical Rescue over the weekend show firefighters battling through the pile of metal racking and produce. He remained conscious through the whole operation, and a Central Supplies warehouse in Cradley, West Midlands, that's the one, God, I told you it's bad. The firefighter said he could easily have been killed. An ambulance crew from the West Midlands Ambulance Service, Hazard Area Response Team, and fire crews from Haddon Cross, Stourbridge, and West Midland Fire Service Technical Rescue Team attended the scene.
Right.
And they really did have to deal with all that milkshake bringing the boys to the yard.
Wee.
I love that.
That story's in the Metro.
Yeah, it is in the Metro.
Right, whilst I do the outro,
I'll go and get the father.
it's time. You can buy games through Kingwin. They are basically like a Steam code reseller. The code, a link is in the description. You click that link, and every game you buy, we get a little bit of money off a Steam game. So go ahead, click the link down below, and you can find discounts on Steam games such as Project Cars 2, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, GTA, even copies of Windows are on Kingwin. So go and check that out. If you want, you can find us on YouTube, Curious Crow Productions. You can find us on the Apple Podcast app, and we're also available on SoundCloud.
We are on the podcast app on iTunes, aren't we?
Yes, the Apple Podcast app.
Right, okay, that's cool. Just had to double check for a second.
Are you ready?
He's forgotten his joke.
Well.
Do you want to quickly grab it?
Have you written it down? No, well.
Do you want to save it for next week, Dad?
We'll have a double next week.
Double feature, Dad.
Double feature, Dad. DFD.
Yeah, no, we get it. It's fine.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, that's all right. It's just because we blathered on and we've got to finish now.
It's my chance to name it this week.
Yes, it is indeed.
So I'm going to call it... you know what? I'm thinking about calling it something completely unrelated.
Go on.
Just for clickbait. Right. Clickbait. I'm thinking clickbait.
With loads of exclamation marks and ones?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Have you got it now? Okay, okay, sure.
Right.
Come on in. We'll do the...
Gordon Bennett. Were you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, here we go.
What do you call a cow that doesn't give milk? An udder failure.
That was on a very different level from the one last week, Dad. I liked it, though.
Wow.
Dad jokes. See, you look disappointed. I'm proud of my dad. He doesn't do public
This week's
speaking.
episode will be called No Words.
No words clickbait.
No words. Exclamation mark 1 exclamation mark.
Yeah.
That is it from us this week.
Indeed it is.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week at the same time in the same place.
And we will continue to chat some shit.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.